Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. No Andy Murray today. He is currently sleeping off the hangover after celebrating Scotland's qualification to Euro 2020, although it's going to be 2021. But anyway, coming up today, I'm going to tell you how much WWE are paying their new wrestlers, whether or not WWE are considering changing the date of WrestleMania 37. More legends confirmed for The Undertaker's final farewell at Survivor Series. And are WWE considering returning to live events? This is the news. So anyway, we start off with this story about... Sorry, Cleary, mate. Cleary?
Oh, hello, Adam Wilborn. What are you doing in my bathroom?
I'm just trying to do the news. No, Andy's there. It's just me.
I'm trying to clean the place up because it stinks of iron brew. What? This microphone and these headphones? Wear them all the time, mate. What are you doing?
I'm doing the news. I'm talking about how much WWE are paying new wrestlers.
Oh, I know all about that, mate. Let me do that job for you, shall I?
Thanks.
WWE, it's been announced as part of the recent acquisitions from Evolve how much new stars at the company are on as a basic salary and also as a bonus for being on TV. Adam Wilborn, you earn a pathetic amount of money. What do you think it is? 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures?
You'd guess 5 figures?
It is 5 figures. It's $60,000 with a $500 bonus for being on television. Now, of course, with WWE not running live shows at the minute, the earning potential for these stars is slightly reduced, although you wouldn't say greatly reduced, given that most people that pick up from Evolve and who go immediately to NXT wouldn't be doing a lot of shows. They would be on the NXT live circuit, but that obviously runs a lot smaller than the Raw and SmackDown live circuit. Now, apparently, the actual wrinkle to all of this, other than lol, look how much they make, is that there has apparently been a change in WWE's mindset when it comes to acquiring new talent. Now, you will recall, for the last, forever, their policy was just to get somebody, put them on a massive, fat, long-term contract, and effectively just collect pro wrestlers rather than running a pro wrestling promotion. They wanted every pro wrestler in the world, and this became a problem, of course, because you can't use every pro wrestler in the world, and loads of talent just had to sit there and think about setting up AEW. So now, apparently, the move has been to 1 or 2 year deals, far less restrictive, far easier to get out of, and if things aren't going well, they'll just release you back into the wild like that 7th Rattata you've caught on Pokemon Red and Blue. That's good, I think. Positive steps.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think they've not exactly got a great reputation, like you say, for just hoarding talent just in case they could go anywhere. And that's not just AEW, that's MLW, that's Impact, that's New Japan, of course. It's much better to hear stuff like that. And I don't know, is 60 grand in American money good in our money? I have no idea what the exchange rate is.
As a man who buys a lot of t-shirts from American stores, I think that's good money. That's all right. That's, you've just passed your doctor's degree, but not very well. That kind of money. Of course, this news does come from the recent series of acquisitions, which is, of course, Josh Briggs, Brandy Lauren, Kurt Stallion, Anthony Green, Joe Gacy, and Leon Ruff. And if one of those names sound familiar to you, it's because they were named heavily in the Speaking Out movement. But if another one sounds familiar to you, we, of course, just won the North American Championship. So a little bit of gold to go with the green.
Hey, right, let's move on and talk about WrestleMania 37, currently scheduled for March 28th next year, but now major rumours doing the rounds that they may be trying to move the date. This is according to WrestleVotes, who've announced that discussions have apparently taken place about moving WrestleMania back to either April 11th or April 18th. This is, of course, because the later they leave it, the more chance you have of actually having loads of bloody fans in attendance, because of the ongoing global bastard and the vaccine and blah, blah, blah. At present, it is still set to go down from Inglewood, California's SoFi Stadium, but of course there's been loads of rumblings as well about it going to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, because, well, WrestleMania wasn't there this year. What do you reckon? Pushing it back, the right idea?
Yes, pushing it back is obviously the right idea, because as you say, the longer the time frame, the more likely it is that we'll be out of this and we can do things. Just pushing it back a week or two. Like, I don't know who in logistics just thought, do you know what? There's some talk about a vaccine being on the horizon, but there's no way that's going to come for the first week of April. What we should do is look at the second or third week of April. So either WWE has the inside Pfizer track that the rest of us don't and know the exact date everybody's going to be fine, and it just happens to fall on that next weekend, or this is I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if this is them sort of low-key laying the groundwork. Like, get lots of rumours out there that it might be pushed back a week or two here and there. And then when we do know more about the actual time frame of all of this, like maybe at the end of this year, start of the next year, they can actually push it back to whenever they need to, because it's not exactly going to come out of the blue. Look, any kind of logistical issue surrounding WWE and this global issue, I take with a huge degree of skepticism, because remember, they just held back on making a decision about this year's WrestleMania, expecting it all to blow over and be fine, and that was in April.
Yeah, it's a very valid point.
Do you remember that? Do you remember there was in April this year? Do you remember that happened?
It feels like a lifetime ago, but vaguely...
Genuinely, my brain has done it now, where us being in New York at WrestleMania is a more recent memory to me than me sitting on my sofa this year watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right in that one. But I'm going to tell you more about WWE returning to potentially live events.
Oh, God, spoil me.
At the start of next year. Well, I'll tell you that after you tell me about the legends coming back for the final farewell.
I would love to, but obviously, as you saw at the start of the video, I've just walked into my own bathroom here. The place still absolutely reeks of Tizer, and I don't know, maybe I'll just pull this out the top of my head. So,
okay.
Here's a name, Sadio Vega. Remember him? The one from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels like it works. Yeah, he's apparently done an interview where he says he will be at The Undertaker's... Are we calling it a retirement yet? It is obviously a huge celebration of The Undertaker. They're basically building Survivor Series around The Undertaker, but this is a man who has said that he was done, who has left his gloves in a ring and then still done whatever the hell that was with Shawn Michaels and Triple H in Saudi Arabia. So, with a pinch of retirement, consider this story. Apparently, he has been invited out, Sadio Vega, by WWE to take part in some kind of celebration. He would tell us no more, involving an assortment of The Undertaker's old friends, old nemesis, and crucially, the old Bone Street crew.
Yes.
The Undertaker, Rikishi, Vega, The Godfather, The Goodwins. It's all building to something. Dare we say it'll be the Bone Street crew versus the Clique?
Please,
dare we
God,
say that?
no. Please, no.
Dare we say? Well, it could, I mean, they're all going to be there, mate, and they're all not retired, because you never retire.
Yeah.
So could it happen? Not for us to say, but it might end up in a headline.
Exactly, and it's one of those, isn't it? Like, it's incredible to celebrate 30 years of The Undertaker in WWE. Of course, it's this year's Survivor Series. Next Sunday, of course, that is. But you sense that if The Undertaker is going to have a proper farewell, you really want that to be in front of fans. And I know there might be 20 fans there or whatever. You want a stadium full of people. But then again, how long do you drag this out for?
Look, if The Undertaker was so determined to have a farewell in front of the fans, he would have not come back 5 times after saying that he was done, or implying that he was done, or doing one last... Like, look, sometimes you make your bed, you've just got to lie in it. Like, I know none of us expected any of this to happen, but The Undertaker had plenty chances to go out on a high. Could have gone out after Brock, could have gone out after Roman, could have gone out after John Cena, or I don't know, whatever. Could have gone out after the Graveyard Dogs if he'd wanted to, but no, he pushed his luck, and now we live in an age where no fans can attend anything, so he's just got to suck it up.
I suppose it could be worse. You could be someone who's won a world championship and subsequently lost it whilst no one's been there to appreciate it, so...
It's not, when you think about it, right, you kind of have to feel very sorry for Scotland. Finally get to a first tournament in 21 years in front of nobody. A Scottish person becomes the first ever British WWE champion in front of nobody. Like, if the world wanted to, it could just turn around and go, never happened. Yeah.
Just like we do to Ewan and Liverpool winning the title.
Got any pictures, have you?
Finally, let's talk about WWE potentially returning to live event touring early next year. They recently issued this survey, sort of testing the waters about starting off doing live touring in the first 3 months of next year. Loads of questions about how comfortable you would be about attending an event, questions about safety protocols, etc., etc. Of course, they haven't toured since March this year because of the ongoing global bastard. I mean, I get it, there's a vaccine on the way, but I'm still concerned.
Wrestling fans aren't getting it. Like, I mean, the way they'll distribute the vaccine is going to be the very neediest, the most feeblest people in society at the very top. The 85s, the 90s, your Vince McMahons, your Michael Hamflets. But the rest of us wanting to attend WWE Live, we're not going to get it, are we?
No. But
not certainly not this year. Probably almost certainly not the start of next year. It's going to be. Oh my God! Just WWE thinking, oh, if there's a vaccine, is that right? Cool, WrestleMania the week after we planned. No, you don't.
Do you know I can tell what's going to happen already. Is the doctors, scientists are going to go, yeah, this is a really bad idea, and WWE are going to go, but we did a survey, so there you go. It's fine. We did a survey. Got like 20% approval. Anyway, right, let's move on to your Twitter questions at WhatCulture WWE, of course.
Oh, I ain't signing up for this. Yeah. I've got to wipe the toilet duck off in a second.
Well, what's that? Bleach is just setting. I don't know why bleach sets, but anyway, let's move on to the Twitter questions.
You've ever cleaned your bathroom in your life?
Yeah, fair. Jake starts us off saying a co-worker used the word retribution in regular conversation with me, but I couldn't take them seriously because WWE has ruined that word for me. What common words or phrases have been forever altered in your mind due to wrestling?
Oh, I mean, one, cool story, bro. The other, I don't know. Allegation, technicality, yeah, loads of stuff like that. What words have WWE ruined for me? Probably, the name Mark. The name Mark to me, just every time I meet somebody called Mark, I'm like, Mark, Mark, hey, Mark. It shouldn't be, obviously, the case at all, because it's a normal name for very normal people, but
I think the word what is an obvious one. Every wrestling fan just, what? And then for me, of course, you might want to say, yeah.
I would just like to clear this up right now. I'm not friends with anybody who does that. You've spoken about a world I have no experience. Nobody I am mates with has ever gone, oh, what?
A word I've ruined for myself is the word iconic. So I'm not sure.
To be fair, I hear anybody say iconic in casual conversation. I kind of just very gently, very subtly just go.
Right, second question today comes from Edward Shiraz, who says, "G'day, gents. Hope you're all doing well. Is there a wrestler that you look at, Google, and then say, how are they that old? Jack Evans, from Hybrid 2, of course, being 38 is insane. Also, this is Leo. He is no longer with us, but did enjoy being wrapped up in a blanket. Oh, Leo, good boy. Who are the old wrestlers that you were surprised? I suppose for me, it's more Serena Deeb being only 34, despite being in the industry, it seems, for like 20-odd years.
You know those things you say about, if you get a mother duck to go round in a circle but then pick her up, all the ducklings will just keep walking around in a circle forever because they think they're following the duckling in front. I had that with Chris Jericho's 50th birthday because I was like, Chris Jericho's 50! My God, that's so old. And my room was like, yeah, but he's been around since forever. How is he only 50 when someone like The Undertaker is 804? I was like, yeah, but he's still so young and youthful and in that rock band, kids. But how can he? But he's been around forever. And I went honestly about 20 minutes going, how can? And then I just realised that time passes. So.
Yeah, we're a lot older than we realise. Final question today comes from Mark Smith.
But not a lot older than we look.
We talked yesterday about WWE and, or more specifically, AEW bringing a pay-per-view here to the UK, Cleary. And Mark says, with AEW trying to bring Fyter Fest to the UK, could WWE counter-program them by bringing a B-level pay-per-view to the UK first when the world allows? And if so, which B-level pay-per-view would you want?
Sorry, is the implication in this question that WWE would make a business decision purely out of spite?
I think so. I think it's implied.
I'm really gonna have to try to get myself in the frame of mind to think about this hypothetical scenario. Just give me a second. I'll just create this entire alternate reality in my head and put myself in it. Yes, I think they almost say if it's official that AEW is doing a UK pay-per-view, almost certainly WWE will try and do one because, well, like NXT's on USA on a Wednesday night for one reason only.
Yeah.
Like, despite the logistical hassle and the money that's gone into it and how it's forever altered the really natural good thing they had going on there, although I will still say, still think it's a very, very good thing in general. They just don't, the competition's bad. Boo, we must counter-program it. I would love it, genuinely love it, if they just put a show on in the same city on the same night and made people choose.
Can you imagine?
Well, booked it in advance, so they get the big arena for that night, and AEW has to go like rock up at the O2 or something.
Yeah, I was going to say the Academy.
Do an Academy show like we used to do.
Yeah, we could go along and go, wouldn't have done that. So.
That's not where I'm going to put that, Benz. Benz? I meant barrier. Why did I say Benz?
It's barrier and fence.
That's it. Oh, I don't want to put that barrier. That's because. And
if we get to choose outside of the big four, obviously you want Money in the Bank, don't you?
What? Money in the Bank of England?
No, in terms of pay-per-views WWE could bring in.
Would you want Money in the Bank? Yeah, I probably want Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is as good a shout as any. It's the only one with a gimmick match, which isn't very tired.
Yes, exactly. Right, let's move on to today's and finally. And I just want to share this with you on Friday. It's just good photo of The Rock, Chris Jericho, and inexplicably Bruce Willis hanging out in Hawaii in 2002.
What photo?
Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all today's news stuff. I'll let you get back to your bathroom duties. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. For daily wrestling podcast, myself and the Dadley Boys previewing SmackDown later, and me and Adam Cleary doing WrestleCulture later, aren't we? With a bloody good quiz.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. Well, actually, they can follow both of us. You can follow Adam Cleary at
Adam Cleary, Clery. I don't actually know what it is. It's just there.
You can follow me at Adam Wilmore. Follow us all at WhatCultureWWE. But for now, my thanks to Adam Cleary. I'll let him get back to his bathroom duties. What's it smell of now?
Pus. Oh, the bathroom.
Thank you for joining us.
The bathroom is lavender.
We'll see you soon.